Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to study how to write a code of this start pattern that is called diamond pattern. We are going to see what is the approach we have to follow while writing the code of it. Then we are going to see the pseudocode of it and will implement this pseudocode on the VS Code editor. If you are unfamiliar with VS Code editor, we have made the video for VS Code editor. Do watch it out. It will save much time of you while writing or developing your code on the editor. So it will be very helpful for you. Do watch it out. Next, after implementing the code, we are going to rectify the code. We are going to see how we can decrease the number of lines or what is the best way to write a code. So we are going to rectify the code at the end of the video. So let's begin with the video now. Hi, this is a quick message for those who have watched the previous video of this series, the video number 5 and video number 6. If you have watched these two videos, then this video will be very easy for you because we are just repeating the code of video number 5 and video number 6 in this video also, because when we combine these two pictures we are getting a similar structure like this one, the diamond pattern. Okay, but there is a small things we have to improvise here, because when we combine these two things then we are getting two rows which are similar and we don't want it. We are going to change it. So if you want to try the code or write a code on your own right now, go for it and try it. If you don't get the answer correct, then do come back and watch this video. So this was the message. Let's begin the lecture. The first point, we have to identify how many number of rows and number of columns are there to make this kind of pattern. So the number of rows and number of columns will be equal to the number of lines. We can see in this image there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 number of lines, there will be 5 number of rows, and there will be 5 number of columns because they are equal to number of lines. But why we require the number of rows and number of columns? First point is that we are assuming this pattern in a metric format. So we require the number of rows and number of columns for it. And secondly, it will be very easy for us to loop in the code while we are using the for loop. That's why we require the number of rows and number of columns. So this was the first point. The number of rows and number of columns will be equal to the number of lines. A quick note, this kind of diamond pattern will not be possible in even number of rows and columns. There must be an odd number of rows and columns or odd number of lines, so that we can easily identify the midpoint of it. So if there are 5 number of columns, we can say 3 is the midpoint. And if there are 4 number of columns, we will find a midpoint where we are not able to draw this pattern. We can try out in our take a piece of paper and make a 4 columns, and we will not get this diamond pattern. Okay, so if we are using the even number of it, then the number of rows and number of columns will be -1, number of lines -1. For example, if the values of number of lines are 10, then the output will be in number of rows will be 9 and number of columns will be 9. So this was the quick note. Now let's continue with the video. Now we will see what will be the approach to write a code of this diamond pattern. So the approach is that we are going to make a variable that is called str. We have make it here, make variable str, and we have also make it here, make variable str. And we are going to append the value of this str according to the conditions we are checking. If this condition is true, then append the str variable with the value of asterisk, and if this condition is false, then append it with empty. So here in this picture or in this diamond pattern, we can see that this r1 row will be the value of string variable. So for example, let's take str, then we are looping from row 1. Row 1, we see that row 1, we will loop from row 1 and we will loop for each columns. So for the first row and the first column, we are going to see the conditions, whether the condition is fulfilled or not. If it is not fulfilled, then we are going to put or append the string with space. Then again we are going to see row 1 and column number C2. Condition is not satisfied, then space, then condition is satisfied, asterisk, then not satisfied, not satisfied, then close. The value for row 1 is, we can see it's in string variable that is called str here. After the loop of R1 is completed, we are going to print the value of str. So we are printing the value. Here we can see that we are printing the value of str variable value. Okay, so that's how we will go for the next row R2, and we are going to loop for each column C1, C2, C3, C4, and we are going to see the condition. If it is satisfied, then we are going to append the str with asterisk. If it is not, then we are going to append the variable str with empty value. So that's how the process will go on, and we can see that the code is similar to this star pattern, and the code here is similar to this star pattern, because this code is from video number 5 and this code is from video number 6, as we have discussed here. Okay, now we are going to understand what is the pseudocode and what this pseudocode is doing. Now we are going to understand the pseudocode of this diamond pattern. So we have to write print str pattern, which will be receiving some number of lines. In how many number of lines you want this pattern to be printed? So it will be receiving that number of lines. Next, we are going to check whether the number of lines are even or odd. If the number of lines are even, then we will calculate the midpoint number of lines divided by 2. Else, if it is odd, then we have to use this formula to calculate the midpoint. Now, for example, in this image, as you can see, the number of lines are 5. So if we divide 5 by 2, we will get 2.5. So we will floor it. So we will get 2, and we are going to add 1 to it. So it will give 3 as a midpoint. But if there are 8 number of lines, then we will directly divide it by 2 and we will get the answer 4, and 4 will be the midpoint. So that's how we are going to calculate the midpoint. Next, we are going to loop from row 1 till the midpoint. In this example, we see there are 5 columns or 5 number of lines. So the midpoint is 3. So we are going to loop from R1 till R3, and we are going to print this pattern with the help of this code right here. Okay, inside the row loop, we are going to make string variable str. Then we are going to loop from columns till the number of columns or number of lines. Okay, number of lines. And inside the columns, we are going to check the condition, and we are going to append the str variables according to it. Next, once the loop for column is over, then we are going to print the value of str variable. So right here, we are looping for R1, then we will loop from C1, and we are going to check the condition. It is not satisfying or it is not fulfilled. Then append the string variable with empty. Same goes for C2. For C3, it is satisfying, it is fulfilling the condition. Then we are going to append it with asterisk. Then we are going to append it with asterisk. C4 not satisfied, C5 now satisfied. Append the string variable with empty values. So once we reach the end of the column loop, then we are going to print the value of str, that what it was written here, and this will go as it is for R2 and R3. Okay, once we reach the end of rows, loop, then we will see this kind of pattern. Okay, next we are going to loop for r equals to mid minus 1 to 1, because we are remaining with 2 rows. Okay, So here midpoint is 3, so 3 minus 1 gives you 2. So 2 to 1 we are going to loop, and we are going to follow the similar procedure as we have been doing in the above code, this one. Okay, so we will get this pattern, and finally on the screen or on the output we will see this pattern. Okay, so this was the pseudocode explanation. Now we are going to implement this pseudocode on the VS Code editor. So let's implement it. Now we have opened the VS Code editor, and we are going to write the code with the help of using this pseudocode. So we have to write a function that is called print str pattern, which will be receiving some number of lines, and after that we are going to check whether the number of lines are even or not. So if they are divisible by 2 and they are equals to 0, then it means it's an even. So the midpoint will be number of lines divided by 2. And if this is not the case, then let mid equals to mat.floor number of lines divided by 2 plus 1. So this is our calculation of the midpoint, and after that we are going to loop for number of rows. For let r equals to 1, r is less than equals to mid. We are going to loop from 1 towards the midpoint, r plus plus, and inside it we are going to create str equals to empty, assign it with empty value. Next we are going to loop for each column. Let c equals to 1, c is less than equals to number of lines c plus plus. Inside it we are going to check whether the condition is being fulfilled or not. So if mid minus r plus 1 is less than equals to c, and mid plus r minus 1 is greater than equals to c, then we are going to append the value of str value. Then we are going to append the value of str variable with asterisk. Else, if this is not the case, then we are going to append it with empty string. Okay, and once this loop is over, the loop for column is over, then we are going to console dot log the value of str. Okay, here we can see that if we pick r1, then we are going to loop for each column in it, and we are going to see the condition. Then once we reach the end of the column, then the value of str will be this line, and we are going to print it. And then once we are out of this loop, then it will go for r2. Then each column will be, once the value of r1 is printed, then we will jump to the r2, and we are going to follow the similar pattern. Now we have completed the loop for 1 to midpoint. Now we are remaining with the last 2 rows. For let r equals to mid minus 1 and r is greater than or equals to 1 and r plus plus. Okay, if this is the case, then we are going to follow this code, or we are going to repeat this code. So we are going to copy it and we are going to paste it. Okay, so this was the code for the remaining rows. Okay, now we are going to save this, and we are going to call the function that is called print str pattern for odd number of lines first. So number of 5, save. Then we are going to pull up the terminal, and we are going to use this code node. For the information, we are using the JavaScript language for writing the code of this pattern, but we have understand the logic of it, and we can write the coding of it in any languages, whether it's C, C++, or Java, Python, etc. Okay, now we are going to hit it enter, and there is a problem. Mid is not defined. Why mid is not defined? Mhm. Okay, so this is very important. If you're using the JavaScript, we are using the word let here. So if we are using the word let here, then it is block scope, means the scope of this let will be till here only, this bracket and this bracket, and we cannot reach this mid or this variable from outside of this block. Similarly goes for this. So what we are going to do is that we are going to remove this for now. We are going to use where, we are going to use where here also. Now this scope of variable is global now. Okay, now we are going to save it and we are going to hit enter again. Oops, one more mistakes. So we are going to close it and see why it's infinite loop. It may be because of this r plus plus. Yes, it is always, since we are decreasing the r, so we have to decrease it. So now we are going to save it again and we are going to write it again. And now we can see that there is a pattern which is similar to this pattern. Okay, now we are going to test this code for even number of lines. Suppose we give it 10. We are going to save it. We are going to go into terminal and repeat the command, hit enter. Now we can see the code for 10 number of lines. Our code is running correctly. Okay, so this was the code for this diamond pattern. Now we are going to rectify this code. We are going to see how we can decrease the amount of number of lines here, or how we can improvise our code more. In this section of the video, we are going to rectify the code. Rectify means how we can optimize our code. So this must be a practice. When you solve a particular code or when you solve a particular problem with your code, so you must see and revisit your code and rectify it. How can you optimize the code? How can you reduce number of lines? How can you optimize the memory space taken by your code? Okay, so we have to see these. How can we do not repeat ourselves, or if a number of lines are repeating itself, how can we reduce those things? So we are going to see this thing in this section of this video. Right now our code is running fine. We have seen the outputs of it correctly. Now we can see that this portion of the code is repeating. Once it is written here, then it is repeating below. So we are going to remove these things and we are going to write a function for it, and it will be performing the same function that is being written in this code, and that function will be setting the value of str variable and it will be printing the value of str. So what we have to do is that go up and declare a function and define it. So the function name will be function set and print str value, which is going to receive three parameters. First, the number of lines, second, the midpoint, and third, the number of row, on which number of row the loop is running. Okay, now we are going to define it. So the definition will be this code which is repeating. Cut and paste. Okay, now we are going to call the other function which we have declared and defined. We are going to call it set and print str value. Now we are going to pass it number of lines and the midpoint and on which row the loop is running. And down also we are going to delete this thing and call this function, and we are going to save it. Okay, now for the information, as you see, when we save this thing, suppose it was like that, it was the indentation was not correct and we save it, the indentation becomes automatically set according to the standards. So this is happening with the help of VS Code extensions. They are very, very useful. We have a video for it. Do watch this video also. It will save very much time when you're writing your code. Okay, so now we are all set. We have made a function that is called set and print str values, which is going to calculate the value and going to print the value for str, and we are calling it here 2 times. Okay, now Pull up the terminal, write a code, write a command, hit enter, and see this is working for 10 rows. Now we are going to see for 5 rows. Save it. Again, same command, hit enter, and this is working fine. So we have rectified our code or minimized the number of lines. Now what we are going to do is that we are seeing that we are calculating here. We are calculating if and else, and this is also taking some number of lines. So whenever, if in the if and else block there is only one statement, okay, so we can use the ternary operator at that place. So what we are going to do is that we are going to create a variable that is called where mid equals to, now we are going to define a condition which needs to be fulfilled, number of lines. If the remainder will be 0, then the value of mid will be num lines divided by 2, else the value will be mat dot floor num lines divided by 2, and the last plus 1, and we are going to remove this lines. Now we can see that how much lines have reduced while we are optimizing our code. Okay, now save it again and pull up the terminal and write the same command, hit enter, and we are seeing our code is running fine. Now this time we are going to change the value for, let's see, 7. Pull up the terminal, hit enter, and we are seeing the code is running fine. Let's see for 8. Okay, final. The code is running for 8 values. This was the optimization of the code. We have seen how we can reduce the number of lines in our code. So this was the end of the video. If you like this video, do share the videos to others. If you have any doubt in the videos, any suggestion for the new videos, write it down in the comment section. And subscribe the channel for more detailed videos like this. Thanks for watching.